or you can hang with me while I eat some grapes. Man, I'll tell you what, it is proper cold in London right now. I've just come off of open bar. This is a bit later than I planned because we went on a bit later than normal. This is just kind of like casual chat thing. Hang on, my microphone's not in the right place. Sorry, there we go. That's better, isn't it? So any other YouTubers that happen to pop in the chat, you're welcome to come on. Because any topic is up for discussion. I'm going to talk about my book a little bit. Sorry, I won't eat away through the stream. That's quite rude. But I'm a bit hungry. And I was already running late for this, so I thought I'd just stuff some fruit in my mouth. Hey, Audible Relations. Just watch you on Open Bar. Subscribe now. I'm here. Hi. So Audible, basically, if you don't know about my channel, I support creative projects of other people. So if you happen to be a first-time writer with a book on Amazon, or you're designing a board game, maybe you do music, maybe you're doing a play in your hometown, could be it could be a production of our town. If you're a creative in any way, my channel will support you. So basically, just get in touch with me. You can get hold of me through my Twitter, Lance Nielsen WD. You can get hold of me through the Outcasts Creative Facebook page. And what I'll do is I'll get you on for a chat. If you look at my industry interviews on my chat, in fact, you know what? Let's do a quick tour of my channel. There are 91 of them on my channel. I think maybe 92 now. And I interview people in the industry. I've had Gail Ann Hurd on. So she's the producer of Terminator, Terminator 2, the entire Walking Dead franchise. Some people love it, some people don't. But I do work in the film industry. I'm a playwright. I've done 15 plays. And I've also written 14 novels, the latest one of which Drinker did the forward for, which was very kind of him. So I'll just show you guys. I see there's a few people that have come over from Open Bar. So if you look here, this is the playlist for the industry interviews. So there's 91 of these. So there's a couple missing, by the way, but interview 1 is with Jason Flemyng. And actually, although I'd already spoken to Wil outside of YouTube, he was my first YouTube collaboration with another channel, because I had him and Mauler came on. And this was really the first proper live stream that the channel did in its current form. Prior to this, we used to live stream stuff in the lockdown. It was read-throughs with actors reading scripts and stuff like that. Some of them are still on the channel. You can still see some of those. So that was with actor Jason Flemyng, and we had an interview with actor Phil Davis. Chris Jones runs the London Screenwriters Festival, which is held every year in London. There's an actors website called V Show Cards, so we just had the 2 guys that run that came on. You're a music producer. There you go, man. So, like, if one day you might have an album out on, or you might have something out on SoundCloud. Maybe your dream is to become as you say, produce a soundtrack for a movie. By the way, on Open Bar, I was fishing around because I was trying to find when we were talking about Superman, I was trying to find my vinyl soundtrack of Superman, and I couldn't, but I did find the vinyl soundtracks for Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. These are both double vinyl albums. I'm a massive soundtrack guy, by the way, Audible Relations. So trust me, we're going to get on great. So yeah, one of my mods, Tox, has been on my channel before. By the way, Toxic, this is Late Night with Lancey. So if you want to pop on, you can, mate. I'll send you the link. Any YouTuber, when I do one of these streams, Late Night with Lance, any YouTuber, regardless of how many subs you've got, if you're in the chat and there's space, you can come on and you can talk to me. It's not about any particular subject. Obviously, I did want to mention my book a bit. I talked about it on Open Bar, there it is. You can get that from amazon.com if you're in the States, or amazon.co.uk. And I think we have, hang on a second. I loved hearing what you said about movies, finding us at the right time in our lives. As terrible as a lot of this year has been, I've loved going to the cinema. Mate, if that's working for you, that used to be it for me. Cinema was like my refuge, and I would sort of retreat to it when I was going through things. Unfortunately, that's not the relationship I have with it now. And you'll if you read the book, you'll go through my whole journey of my love of cinema and the first films that impacted me, including the first films I saw on TV, which a lot of which were on the wonderful world of Disney in color, if you remember that, in the 1970s. But yeah, so I've got a whole load of vinyl back here. I don't have a vinyl deck at the minute. Don't have a vinyl turntable. Can't afford to buy one. This is a nice one. Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, because this one opens out like that. Nice, isn't it? They've got that smell as well, you know. I mean, like, been in the shed for 20 years smell, but also, you know, that smell that you get with old vinyl records. One of my favorites is the vinyl soundtrack to Bridge Too Far. There's a massive section on this in the book, because one of the things I talk about in the book is films that have like stolen time from my life, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but like they've led into one hobby or another. You can probably see I'm a big fan of Thunderbirds, although that's not a movie, or well, there are two Thunderbirds movies, but Thunderbirds has been a big thing. Bridge Too Far got me into World War II history, as did the movie The Longest Day. So both of those films get quite a big section in the book. In fact, when I talk about The Longest Day, I talk about getting into board gaming. There's a lot of them behind me over there. And historical gaming and that kind of thing. And in fact, when I talk about Star Wars, so there's a picture. That is the 6-foot Super Star Destroyer that I made as a result of seeing Return of the Jedi. So there I am behind it. And that's one of the things that sort of came out of watching Star Wars. You know, you then go and do these other things that the film influences. So it's about those kind of things. It's about those kind of impacts that sort of stuff has on you, you know. If you've just subscribed to the channel, thank you very much for doing so. I am only, I think, less than 100 subs now away from 5k. In fact, I'll tell you exactly how many. I'll go back to that playlist in a second so you guys can I don't need that on, do I? Let me just go to here, YouTube Studio, blah blah blah. I am currently 4,917, so I'm 83 subs, guys. 83 subs away from 5k. That's amazing. Thank you very much for your support. Really appreciate that. Let me just have a look in the chat here. So Keith is one of my regular mods. Good to see you, mate. Thank you for being around. This started a bit late. Lord Toxic, great job on Open Bar. Thank you so much. The Proctophile, another regular. Wormy Spoons has. I think you've bought a copy of my book already. I think. Thank you very much for that support, by the way. Yeah, Lord Toxic. Cinema is my happy place. Audible. By the way, I don't have an Audible version of the book yet, but my friend actor Jason Flemyng, I might get him to do that. That'd be quite interesting because he's mentioned in it quite a few times, you know. So let's go back to that industry playlist and I'll show you some of the other guests I've had on so you guys can check it out at your leisure. So I won't go through all of them, obviously, but just some of the ones that are. So we've had, hang on a minute, what have I done here? There we go. Vile Tushalabla was a guest on one of the Doctor Who specials with Christopher Eccleston. Andrea Ware was in Snowpiercer and Van Helsing. She's an actress I directed in a play. back in 2010. Anthony DeLongis first came to my attention in The Sword and the Sorcerer, which I also have the soundtrack for. I know what the edging of it looks like. It's red. There it is. There it is. There it is. Yeah. Absolutely love this movie, by the way. Love this movie. If you haven't seen The Sword and the Sorcerer, a kind of 80s Conan B-movie, I highly recommend it. It's a very, very good film. Low budget. It's the directing debut of Albert Poon, who went on to do Cyborg and many, many other B movies. He was a bit of a B movie king. He didn't want to be that, incidentally. He wanted to do bigger films, but yeah, I love those classic posters as well. There's one movie poster in the book, and it is The Land That Time Forgot. And that's one of the first films I saw at the cinema. And there it is. There you go. By Tom Chantrell, who also did the poster for Star Wars. So let me put that over there. Let's go back to the playlist here, and I'll show you some more stuff. So you'll also find, so you got interviews with like Paul Biddis, for example, was the military advisor on Gladiator 2. He also worked on, oh my God, loads of things. Day of the Jackal recently. He did Napoleon for Ridley as well. I mean, you know, obviously say what you want about the film, but the men know how to march. And the reason they know how to march is because Paul Biddis taught the extras what to do. So they get their core team of extras together, and he talks about all of that. Hey, this kind of matches the t-shirt that's beneath me in the thing. That's kind of fun. So you've got Charlie Parker Swift, who was in Andor, My Parents Are Aliens, loads of other stuff. We talk about crowdfunding with a couple of independent film directors. If you remember the Lone Wolf books, the son of the guy who really wrote those is one of my guests. Director of Rambo 3, Peter McDonald. Loads of this interview got cut out because I kept showing clips of shit, and then it got loads of copyright flags, so I had to cut quite a bit of it out, which was annoying. Sarah Rose Pickering is a playwright and screenwriter. She's written a whole load of Hallmark movies, actually, including some of the Hallmark Christmas films. Stephen Marcus is a well-known character actor. You guys will have seen him in loads of things. Same with Danny Webb. Danny Webb is the only convict to survive in Alien 3. If you've seen Alien 3 set in the prison, that is my interview with Danny Webb. Meet the Model Makers is a really cool stream. On this one, we met a whole load of guys who did miniature modeling, you know, old school. So, for example, this guy built a full-size shadow vehicle from the TV series UFO. So we've sort of got a bit of it on camera there. Not the best shot of it. You can kind of see the whole thing here. And I mean, this guy's got a whole load of stuff, Paul Gray, that he built. And then, you know, we talk about different models that people have built. This guy, Rob, who set this stream up for me, known as Rob the Builder or Bob the Builder, who was building different Thunderbird 2s and things for people, he sadly passed away not that long after we did this. So, you know, that was really sad. This guy, check this out. Check this Colonial Viper this guy built. So the model makers go through these. They talk about how they constructed them and things like that. This is a lost art form, because don't forget, most effects are CGI now. And these guys are sort of from the school of Derek Meddings and that kind of thing. So it's a really, really good, really interesting stream. Love that. Oh, and that's from the poster, isn't it? So there you go. Oh, James, sorry, I forgot to mention you earlier. Thanks for popping in, man. Good to see you here. I did get a hard cover of my own book. That one has gone to Gail Ann Hurd in Los Angeles. And I thought I would have 2 more by now, because there's a London meetup tomorrow. In fact, God, I meant to mention that on Open Bar. I completely forgot. Yeah, we've got our own YouTubers London meetup tomorrow. Hang on, I got a poster for that. Let me grab it. And it's actually in the same place as the one that Gary organised, that I went to with Drinker, funnily enough. And man, it was kind of a bit nuts because it was really busy. And this one, we're not expecting it to be busy. We think we're just gonna chill out and have some beers. And well, I won't be drinking actually because I'm raving the following day. So I've got to pace myself. I've got to, because I'm 50 now, so not a young man, sadly. Wish I was. God damn, where's the bloody poster for this? Hold on, let me find it. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong folder. No wonder I couldn't find it. So yeah, basically, the Outcasts Christmas drinks celebration is happening on Friday in central London. I'm doing it in combination with Tom B, which is another YouTuber's channel. Anyone can come along, man. So anyone can come along. Now the file won't open. Bloody brilliant, that, isn't it? I'm really disorganized today. I'm creating a terrible impression for all these new people who subscribe. But yeah, so basically, it's just a social. We're just meeting up for Christmas drinks. Oh, I have found it. Here we go. And anyone can come along. So this is the information. Take a screenshot of it now. I imagine most people are watching are probably in the States, but there you go. So yes, it will be a good time. I'm going to be there from 6. I was hoping to have a load of books that I could sign that people could buy on the day for like a tenner. Unfortunately, they have not arrived, and I am very, very unhappy about that. So, in fact, I might even cancel the order because I've updated the file since then, and they've got less typos in now. So, there we are. Let's go back to the industry interviews playlist, and I'll show you guys some of the other content on my channel, those new people that have just joined. And if you're one of the new subscribers, again, thank you very much. So one of the best interviews I ever did is with Alan Graff. So Alan Graff is an amazing stunt coordinator. I was on with film director Matthew Holmes. So in a way, you kind of get 2 guests for the price of 1 because he's a great film director in his own right. And Alan Graff did all of the second unit direction for When We Were Soldiers. So basically, pretty much all the battle scenes are, the shots that don't have Mel Gibson in it. A lot of that is Alan's work. He was also in things like Boogie Nights. He's the guy with the gun in the cafe, which is the picture on the thing there. Really, really interesting guest. Had a couple of authors come in. Nabila Kewalabi, great actor friend of mine. This is the last interview ever with art director Alan Tompkins. He was art director on Empire Strikes Back, Bridge Too Far, Band of Brothers, Saving Private Ryan. And he's a really, really well-known art director, incredible guy. He was a good friend of mine, sadly passed away in, I think it was just after the pandemic or just before it, I forget now. And I'm still in touch with his widow. David McGiffert is another incredible guest. He was the first assistant director. Retro Nurgle was on this one with me on all of the Back to the Future films. And I had Alex DeBreezy, who's one of the sort of founders of the Outcasts Creative as well. This was a fantastic interview. David, what a guy. He stayed on with us for like nearly 3 hours. Every time I tried to end the interview, David was like, oh, let me tell you another story. I mean, this guy was the first assistant director on Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He did so many things. You can see a lot of the films he's worked on here. We talk about Chips TV show, Officer and a Gentleman, Tootsie, working with Robert Redford, you know, so, and various other people I've talked about, working with Gene Hackman, and he likes to race cars as a hobby, so he's done that with loads of big name guests. Really great guy. Wil Johnson was in House of Dragon, lost his head in the season 1. You might remember him. Debbie Evans is the most experienced, well-known stunt woman in the world. Over 500 credits on IMDb. She gave us an interview nearly 2 years ago now. I think a year and a half ago. I can't believe her interviews only got 164 views, but then, you know, people don't know about the channel, so this is why I'm going through it with you a little bit. Nuno Sardanaz is a film poster designer. Tim Thomason, I mean, you know, B-movie king actor, has worked with Tom Hanks, John Candy. He's worked with Sylvester Stallone. Great guest. That one's really heartfelt because I've always wanted to work with Tim, and he's one of the first actors I ever followed. Once I kind of knew where my career was going, I started following actors that I wanted to work with or wanted to direct, and he was one of them. So that's actually the sort of the first proper meeting. We had one to set the interview up, but you can see it really means a lot to me. So Philip Rausch is a character actor friend of mine, great guy. Craig Middleborough is a young actor, up and coming, really interesting actor. The cost is my friend Matthew Holmes. This is a movie they shot in lockdown. I mean, it's great to hear that story. Got stunt coordinator Dan Style, Sean Cronin, who pretty much does every job. We had some copyright issues with the thing with Dan, so there's a couple of different versions of it up, one of which has got more bits cut out than the other. Another first AD who'd done loads of credits, Dennis McGuire, he came on. He worked on Karate Kid 2, Indiana Jones 3, Black Rain, Misery. Fantastic guest, you know. Natalie Kennedy is another independent film director. Emmanuel is the founder of BUFF, which is the British Urban Film Festival. He's also a film producer now. Adrian Tay directed Malbat Mission Bakara, which is basically the Black Hawk Down incident, told from the guys who drove the APCs that went in to get them, the Indian unit. Fantastic. The director of Tremors has been on the channel. Ron Underwood. Gail-Ann Hurd came on that interview, and that's how I met Gail-Ann Hurd just before that. Tim Bentic, another fantastic actor. And Peter Murnick, who did Andersonville, Billions, worked on The Mist, another great actor. I had several people who worked on 2000 AD. Steve McManus, who was the editor in the Golden Years. Ben Cullis, it was again another one of the top people. And then we had Pat Mills, who kind of very much shaped Judge Dredd. We did a discussion on 5 Days at Memorial, which was a great drama series. When we had one of the actors came on with us, which was great. In fact, I need to capitalize his names. Let's do that quickly before I forget. Otherwise, I'm never going to remember. So I'm going to do that now quickly. Forgive me for doing YouTube admin while I'm live, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this real fast because Damon was a fantastic guest, and I feel he should definitely be in caps. It's Damon Standifer, isn't it? Really lovely guy. So yeah, okay. Let's get back to that list, shall we? So what else we got? Oh, we've gone all the way back to the main page. Oh dear, didn't mean to do that. Let's go back one. There we go. So if I just zoom down. So some of the other big names are actor Jose Zuniga. He was in things like The Shield, Snowfall, Twilight, but first thing I saw him in was Alive. Got a couple of independent film directors and DOPs here. Damon Herriman, who played Charlie Manson in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Massive actor, been in absolutely loads of things. Dale Dye, the military advisor that's worked on everything from Platoon to Saving Private Ryan. Band of Brothers, instrumental in that. Historian Neil Barber, who wrote the Pegasus Bridge book, that was very instrumental in me writing the script. Grace Rizzo was in Mayans MC, but she's also a rapper and singer, fantastic guest. Will Gibley, the director of Jericho Ridge, really good film. And we had Adrian Sherlock, who writes a lot of classic TV guides for British science fiction. Possibly one of my favorite guests of all time, Milana Jackson. Oh my God, her new film should have dropped on Netflix by now. 6888. I might be about to put that on. We shall have a look. I'm doing a review of that tomorrow when I get in. Nikki Marshall, another very talented woman. Charles Band, or Charlie Band as he's known in the industry. He's like the B-movie king. So yeah. Well, I work in the industry. So yeah, you see, you guys don't know about all this stuff, do you? That's why I'm kind of going through. I have that book. Heel Moxley. I love it. It's good. I absolutely love that film. I could talk about why Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is probably one of my favorite films of all time, actually. I've had Neil Marshall, who did Dog Soldiers. There you go, Gahan Hurd, probably the most high-profile guest I've ever had. Lawrence Monason was a lovely guest. Tom DiCillo, who directed Living in Oblivion, gave Peter Dinklage his big break. Cinematographer Roy Wagner was a fantastic guest. If you want to see me cry, for real, I cried on this interview 74 because we were talking about a friend of mine who died, and I realized I hadn't really cried about it, and suddenly it just happened when we were live, so that was a little bit embarrassing. Anyway, there's various other independents, and then I started doing people in the music industry as well. We had comic book people come on. Had guys that designed Ray Flyers back in the day. Actor Jeffrey Byron, another big B-movie king, worked with Charlie Band. Cindy Pickett, Michael Haberfellner, who made this sort of independent zombie movie. And then these are some of the newer guests that I've had, and then these two are still to come. Parthian Huxley was a singer and guitarist with the Yellow Part 2 and the Orchestra, one of my favorite bands of all time. So that was a proper kick. And Adele Andaya is an absolute legend of a trance DJ. I think I've spelt her name wrong there, haven't I? Shit, let me I better get it. I better correct that real quick as well. Let me do that quickly. More I need to check these things more often. Clearly, look, there's two ends there. There's only one end there. Let's quickly save that. There we go. So stop sharing screen. So you get the idea. There's quite a lot of content you guys have probably not seen, and you're right. The administration for YouTube is quite, it's quite demanding on your time. I haven't done time code breakdowns on, I think, the last 10 or 15 interviews I've done. I just haven't had time. Just popping in a sneaky grape there. Not that sneaky because I'm on camera. So I'm getting the impression that people didn't really like season 2 of Arcane, and I haven't seen season 1 yet. So I guess a question for chat is, if you've seen Arcane, do I have to watch both seasons, or is that not essential? And do I, if I do need to watch both seasons, is the second season going to ruin it for me? Therefore, should I just pass by Arcane, or is it worth me engaging and watching season 1 of Arcane? So in the chat, let me know. I'm just going to check to see if anybody bing-bonged me on Facebook. Because by the way, anyone who's got a YouTube channel on here, when I'm doing a late night stream like this, you can come on. Just let me know. and I'll get you on. I'll get you on. No problem. So, have I seen the piano lesson? I've seen the piano with Holly Hunter, but I don't think that's the film or TV show that you mean. So I'm thinking probably not. Let me, I'm just closing a few windows down here. I've got way too many windows open. Because I've got the links for my book in case. Oh, so guys, if you did want to get the book, and I'd be most grateful if you can support me in that way. I think the link's already in the blurb below, but I'll whack it up. When you've read the book, the reviews are absolutely vital for the book. The reviews are vital. So I'm trying to hit 100 reviews. I think I've just got a third one today. Let me have a look and see. Yeah, Keith, I saw your review, mate. That was fantastic. Thank you so much. It's really honest. It's very much what the book's about, which was lovely. I really appreciate that. And mate, try and put that review on amazon.co.uk as well if you can, please. Because you can put it on there even if you've only bought the book on .com. You can share your review to .co.uk, or you can just do another separate review there. So let me just chuck up a couple of pickies. Boom, boom. I'm just putting up some pictures of people that have. So basically, what people do is when they've bought the book, they send me a copy of them holding it, and you know, it's that becomes quite important for social media advertising and that kind of stuff. So what I ultimately do is I make a big poster with all of the different ones with people holding them. But just so to give you an example, let me grab one. Get Jennifer's. So Jennifer Preston, who's an actress that I've actually worked with. I actually worked with her in lockdown. She sent me a picture of her holding the book today. So that's there you go. Great stuff. By the way, the hardback of the book is really lovely. It's very nice. And the book went out with a shitload of typos in it because the proofreader wasn't able to. We had to get the book out for Christmas, which meant we had to get it in Amazon's system by December the 1st, and it was late. It was December 9th. So I had to launch on December 9th. If I didn't launch December 9th, the book weren't happening. You know what I mean? We weren't going to get it for Christmas. So I had to go for it. And then, you know, I got the remainder of the file, and then we had some problems uploading that file as well. We had some issues with it. So because something got changed, two things didn't match, and it was a whole thing anyway. So by the time the file version with not zero typos, but hopefully a lot less typos, ended up on Amazon, that landed, I think, around the 17th. Where are we now? We're just coming into the 20th, aren't we? I need to check to see if my friend's film has landed on Netflix. If it has, I might give her a call. Not while I'm live. Oh, hang on. Let's go back. So they've got some new content. So maybe it is out. Let's have a look. New on Netflix. So my friend's film is called 6888. And it is due out today. You can't ask that. Okay, that's this new thing called 1992 on. That looks quite good. Right, what else we got here? The Mystery of Averos, new season. Has anybody watched that? The Mystery of... So sorry, I meant to answer your question about that thing you recommended me, so I will get to that in a second. Just hang on a second. I'm just... Maybe it's not there yet. I'm just scrolling just to make sure I'm not seeing it. I Am a Killer. What's that? Death Row Inmates Talk. Okay, that's going to be really cheerful, isn't it? Probably won't watch that, I think. Right, let's... I'm going to do a search because I want to see if my friends... It's my friend Milana, and I always support everything she does, and I'm keen to... I'm a big World War II guy, and this thing is World War II, so 6888, about the women that ran the postal service during World War II. There it is. Is it? Oh, play trailer. No, so it's probably not going to drop until the 20th of December American time. Damn you. Okay, so I'm going to have to watch that tomorrow. All right, fair enough. Right, so what was that thing you... how can you get me to sign the book? If you're in the UK, there are frequent meetups. I think we're going to do a couple of meetups a year. I'm always quite happy to pop along to one of those and sign some books. If you're in the States, that's a bit harder. I'm not big enough to do a like a convention like Drinker in the States. And to be honest, because we're mates, if I was going to do one, I would definitely go the same time as him. Right. If you're in Edinburgh, right, I go up and see Wil at least twice a year normally. Funnily enough, I was supposed to go up early December, and then schedules changed. The book was behind, yada, yada, yada. Didn't have time. So I will probably go up to Scotland early spring, I think, maybe March time. So, mate, we can meet for a pint, literally, just we'll take me to your favorite pub. I'm a wine drinker, incidentally, not beer, but so yeah, the piano lesson. Let's have a look at this. What's the piano lesson? I'm going to search for that on IMDb. So if I should be searching somewhere else, let me know. Here we go. Samuel L. Jackson follows the lives of the Charles family as they deal with themes of legacy and the family piano, directed by Malcolm Washington. It's got a couple of my favourite actors in it. I like Danielle Deadwyler as well. She's a really good actress. So is this a show or is this a movie? Can't quite see. Let's have a look at the stills. Let's share some of the stills here. I'm guessing this is a movie, right? This is a movie. Yeah, cool, man. We'll definitely do that. No problem. And thank you for supporting me by getting the book. I really appreciate it. I really do believe you'll like it. Hey, Tox, if you want to come on, let me know. I'll drop you the link. I'm probably only going to stay on about another half an hour. So this is the piano lesson. There's Samuel L. Jackson. Okay, now I'm no interest in seeing people do their red carpet thing. I just want to see the stills of the film. I mean, I get it, it's all part of the PR, it's fine, but it's not what I want to look at right now. Yeah, Danielle Deadwyler she's a really quite phenomenal actress. That's very 1883, isn't it? That poster with the burning, the burning wagon. So this is the burning piano. So I have a feeling that might give away what happens to the family piano. They burn it in the end. That's this all premiere stuff again. We got how many stills we actually got for this movie? So let's see. Okay, we've got some more stills here. That's all right. I do like period pieces as well. This looks like it's set in like the 30s, maybe a bit later. Could be the 40s, I suppose. Okay, we're back to parties again. All right. Damn, man. You know, keep all your publicity stills together. Don't litter the. They're all separated. These should all be together. Anyway, yeah, it looks all right. Let's have a look at the reviews. What are the reviews like? 28 user reviews. Let me have a look at the headlines. Solid adaptation. Oh, it's a book, isn't it? 1930s. I was right. 6 out of 10. Solid, but the weakest of August Wilson. Ah, right. Yeah. Not for me. Powerful. Decent movie. Talky, tedious. It's a play, isn't it? It's a film of a play. This was a play originally. Oscar bait, quite possibly. Oscar gold. Yeah, adaptation of a play. Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, I am a playwright. That is my main. That was my main job for a long time. I've got somewhere around here. This is my. Oh my god. This is my album of plays that I've directed. Borderlands was one of them. The Post Office Scandal, which is this one's all signed by postmasters. Look, see that? Sticks and Stones. This was a film project which never came to pass. Jericho's Walls Are Falling. This is my World War II one. World War II movie. This is my feature film, The Journey. That's the brochure from the premiere, which you can see that movie. It's on the channel. You can watch the whole film for free. We shot it in Greece predominantly. I had a whole load of issues trying to sell it. In the end, I just kind of gave in and just said, you know what, I'm just going to let people watch it because there's a big play that I directed that I can't remember directing this one. Read my Wikipedia. You'll understand why, because I had brain damage and there's a whole load of my memories disappeared. So Marchioness Inquiry, which I can barely remember directing. Victoria Climbier Inquiry. These are all kind of constructions of real public inquiries that were quite important. Pegasus Bridge, the film that never was, destroyed my whole career. Tribunal, High on Vince. We've got stills here. Lots of stills, different plays and things. There's a couple of 12 Angry Women. One of the cast of this actually died 2 days ago, sadly. Fragile. And then Waiting for Hillsborough was my first big play. One that got me noticed. Anyway, you get the idea. I've made a right mess back here because I was trying to find that Superman soundtrack. And I couldn't find it. Look at this. Soundtrack to Krull. Who remembers Krull? Darth Plato in the house. Good to see you, mate. Thank you for popping in. I will do a stream at some point. I'll do a stream and I'll go through all my soundtracks. Hillsborough was very messed up. People often ask me what my favorite soundtrack score is of all time. It's quite hard to pick one, but one of my favorites is definitely this, Cocoon, and I'm a big James Horner fan, so yeah. Let me pack those away. These are even in like really old record boxes. You know, like these. These, remember these? Do you remember these? I've got like 3 of these. God, they're heavy. I also have one that doesn't really shut properly. It's constantly trying to propel records all over my office. I talk about Cocoon in the book at length. Massive impact on me. I've got the Blu-ray here. There you go. And it's also a film I took my dad to see. It's also a film that we watched with my grandmother at home. It was one of the last films I remember her seeing before she passed away. She saw that and she saw Star Trek 4. Gooch, you want to come on, Gooch? Let me know if you want to come on, mate. Because I've just come. I'm just doing a random late night stream. Usual thing, just talking nonsense. So I'll tell you what you can do. So I talk about 101 plus movies in this book. I think Gooch has got a copy. I think Gooch has bought the book. You can ask me now if your favorite film is in here, and I'll tell you. You have a stream in 45 minutes. Great. So come on mine for 30 minutes because I'm going in 30 minutes, mate. This isn't a long stream. So I'll tell you what, I'll drop you the link now. And if you want to come on, you can come on. I'll send it to your Twitter. Yeah. So chat, if you want to, yeah, actually it'd be nice to hear from somebody else about the book. So yeah, why don't you pop on, Gooch, and just, you can tell me your honest opinion. I only want honest opinions. And listen, you don't need to tell me there's typos in the book because, fuck. The first few that went out, I know there's loads. There we go. Okay, I've sent you the link, man. So, yeah, God, I've had a lot of chat with Gooch about the back and forth with the cover and all kinds of things. So, yeah, if you want to ask me, is a movie in it? No, he told me that it had, but he didn't go into the detail. Do you know what? 12 Angry Men should be in this book, but it's not. I've remembered about, because I'm not just putting my favorite films in, I'm putting in films that I've got a story attached to them. Dude, you can always come on off camera and just quickly say what you think of the book, even if it's just for 5 minutes. But yeah, they've got to have a story attached to them. But 12 Angry Men does have some stories attached to it because, of course, I did a stage play. That should be in it. I'll tell you another film that should be in it that's not in it is Black Hawk Down. I had a massive birthday party to see Black Hawk Down, and that's one of the birthday parties I forgot about. So even though I've remembered some things, there's loads of other things I've forgotten. So I think probably what I'm going to do is I'll do a second edition of it, probably in about a year's time, and I might add some more. So Keith's going to sell his version of my book with lots of typos in 20 years and make the big bucks, because that will be the limited edition that's worth lots of money. Yeah, I'll probably no longer be with you at that point in time. Spartan is not in the book, no. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I rented on video that I thought was good, but there isn't. If all I'm going to do is talk about the movie and I'm not going to say anything else about how it impacted me or stuff like that, there's got to be something else. There's got to be another element to it for me to include it. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop up a couple more. Gonna pop these new pictures up on my Twitter. Boom, boom. Let's drop those in. More support. Thank you. Available now from Amazon. So yeah, anyone else want to ask me about a film that's in it? I mean, I could go in and read the whole list out of what's in there, but I don't want to do that because I want you to discover some of those for yourself. Gonna put the Amazon.com link on this one. So we'll just pop that on. Do that. And drop that in. And boom, it's done. Let me do that. Okay, cool. Wrath of Khan. I do mention Wrath of Khan. So Wrath of Khan is in the book. It's just not one of the 101 picks. And I could have picked it, actually, because there's quite a few stories about it. Aliens gets a massive section. Alien is mentioned. But Alien is mentioned a couple of times. But Aliens is one of the numbered entries. I was at the very first ever public screening of Aliens anywhere in the world. I was there. And I'll talk about that. And what I didn't know was Gale Ann Hurd and James Cameron were at that screening. What's the most influential movie that you didn't see in the theatre? So do you mean that's influenced me, or do you mean movie that I didn't see in the theatre that was big, that influenced people? I think you probably mean that influenced me. That I didn't see in the theatre, so video or television. Oh, probably be it would be Bridge Too Far, because I saw Bridge Too Far on TV. Bridge Too Far, The Longest Day, both of which I saw on TV, both of which I've seen at the cinema since. Where Eagles Dare, which is also in the book. Kelly's Heroes. They're all four of those are World War II films, but they're all films I saw before my taste kind of expanded a bit. And they've all got big sections in the book, especially The Longest Day and Bridge Too Far. The Italian Job, I saw that on TV, but I would see that in the cinema on a re-release. Yeah, so Bridge Too Far, probably number one answer to that question. It's a shame we can't get the Gucci on. I wonder if there's anyone else I can get on who might have read the book already. Let's have a look. Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah, I forgot you've been on the channel before, and you've got the book. Of course, you can come on. Yeah. Let's get Procto on. Do you know what, Procto? As soon as you get on, I'm going to dash to the bathroom. But let me. Yeah. Well, listen, dude. Late Night with Lancey is kind of like a literal open bar where people can just come on. So just say in the chat, hey, I'm free to come on, and then I'll bring you on. Predominantly that invite is open to YouTubers that I already know. So I can send them the link, but occasionally I'll bring on fans and people as well. Gonna go for another grape. Hang on. I'm definitely not eating a grape. I am just switching off my camera for a second. Definitely wasn't eating anything. Dan, you free to come on, mate? Oh no, you don't come on. I remember I asked you before. Want me spoons? Yeah, so let's see if I've sent the Proctor file. Yeah, sorry, you did say, mate, I missed that. You did say earlier. I missed it. There he is. Hello, sir. How are you?
Doing well enough. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. But we've actually got the London YouTubers meetup tomorrow.
Yeah, I heard that.
And it literally may be like me and Tomby in a pub on our own. And do you know what? If that's all it is, that's absolutely fine with me. In fact, that'll be a lot less hassle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even if it's just a small group, the quality of conversation is what really matters.
Yeah. So. No, and I mean, me and Tomby, we met at the last one in person, actually, because I ended up managing the queue for Drinker. As you can imagine, that was a ton of fun. And
depends on how much everybody else has been drinking, but yeah.
Listen, I'm not a massive drinker, so someone had to step up and do it because he was getting really stressed. And I said, okay, let me just organize people.
Yeah.
Because Gary didn't expect it to be as busy as it was, and I could have told him it was going to be very busy, and it all just kind of became this mad free for all. And some people were being very civilized and sort of queuing up for their autographs and things. and other people were just sort of ignoring the queue completely and coming around the back, mainly young people. So I sort of had to say, okay, mate, we've organised this. There's a queue here now. Oh, is there? Yeah, didn't you see it? It's the one with 40 people in it. Off to the back.
Oh, no, not at all. I was in my own little world.
So, it got a bit amusing. But, so Tomby did us a little poster for tomorrow. Here it is. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's quite good fun. I really need to. I should post that on my thing tonight and tag some people.
Yeah,
because you're in the States.
You're in blast. I'm way off on the other side of the planet, so unfortunately, it's a bit short notice.
But you bought a copy of my book. You got a hardback copy.
I bought 2 copies of your book. Yeah.
Oh man, that's
very. I got one. Got a hard copy for myself and soft.
Let me just I'm going to get because you sent me a picture of it. I think I've got it somewhere here. Let me have a look. Let me just see. Who was the other copy for?
Sorry, you kind of cut out for a sec there.
Yeah, I think I lost you momentarily. Who was the other copy for? Who was the
that is for a very special friend of mine named Brianna Frost.
Ooh, that name sounds familiar. Should I know her from somewhere?
Well, if you do, you're going to be outing yourself pretty hard.
I think that sounds like a porn star type name. Anyway.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yep, well, I feel quite honoured that you bought my book for someone.
Well,
I've got a lot of friends that work in that industry, so I don't hold the view of looking down on people that seeing as everybody utilizes it at some point. I'm just trying to
and now she's like, as I said, she's a very special friend of mine. Like everybody has that first like big crush they have as far as that goes. Like for my stepdad, it was Lauren Carter, or whoever was the original Wonder Woman.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, Brie was the first woman I really like took to growing up. And the fact that now she and I are friends is fucking amazing.
That is cool. Well, I think she'll like it, especially if she's into movies.
Oh yeah. Just a couple of days ago, we were talking about the Substance and Smile 2.
So this is the picture you sent me. There it is. The hardback's really lovely. If so, you can tell if it's the one with. I'm sure there's probably still typos in it, but if in the Kelly's Heroes review, the Kelly's Heroes section, if Telly Savalas is spelt Kelly Savalas, that's the early batch of books. So there's quite the one that's got Kelly Savalas in it has got about 100 typos in the book, roughly, give or take. So now there should be like less than 10, hopefully. So
and you're back.
How? Oh, did I lose? Did you lose me again?
Yeah.
Well, I was saying if you've got Kelly Savalas instead of Telly Savalas, that's the one with lots of typos in it.
Gotcha.
So, how much of it have you read so far, and how you find it?
I say so far, it's very. I haven't had the opportunity to read too much of it, but what I have read was very earnest and just pleasant.
Right.
Well, that's much like much like your streams are just a nice chill oasis in a world full of way too much fucking drama.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing all I can to like avoid drama in my life right now, for sure.
Yeah. So we don't have time for that.
Yeah. And it's I don't have time for that either, frankly. Well, that's great. I mean, what I've been finding, I've had a couple of people who read it really quickly. One film director buddy of mine, he literally finished it last night, and he was messaging me straight away in the wee hours of the morning, knowing, of course, that I would be up. Yeah. And said, this has actually brought up loads of memories for me, because what I've realized, perhaps an unexpected nice thing, is that if I'm talking about movies I went to see with my dad when I was young, and people also have fond memories of movies that they saw with their dad when they were that age. All of that stuff is coming back to them when they're reading. And then, of course, there's a lot of films that I'm mentioning that are films that people are also into. So they've also got their own story about when they saw that film and what happened and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
it made me reflect on a lot of like my own personal stories and stuff like that. Because growing up, we didn't have a whole lot of like spare money or whatever. But one of the things that me and my dad did do on a pretty regular occasion was go out and see movies. And gave me a bit to reflect on that. So,
well, Dan Candy has also got the book, hasn't finished it yet. How are you finding it though, Dan? Yes, he's got the early batch. Yeah. Well, there's a few typos. There's a couple of really horrendous ones, and lots of little ones. And I think I've got nearly all of them now, but yeah, that was annoying. But that was the only way to get the book out in time for Christmas. So I had to launch it because I had to get it on the Amazon system. If I didn't get it on the Amazon system by a certain date, because loads of other people are trying to do the same, I would not have got any physical copies of the book in time to give a couple of them to people as Christmas presents, which I managed to do. All the ones that I've ordered for tomorrow, they're not going to arrive until January. So that was the second batch that I ordered, and because that's so late. Oh man, look at this!
Oh,
$50 super chat. Have a couple of drinks on me, man. Oh, dude, that's very kind. Thank you so much.
Very.
I might be one drink by the time YouTube has finished slicing their pie.
I don't think it's quite that bad.
Allowing for inflation and the seasonally adjusted figures. No, I can probably get 2 for that. That's very kind, mate. Thank you so much. I don't get many $50 super chats on my channel. So, Drinker I think he got a $250 one today and a couple of $100 ones. And I was actually, when I was on Open Bar, I was dressed in a suit because I'd been out to a Christmas drinks thing and literally got back just in time for Open Bar.
Nice.
And there wasn't time to change. So I had like a waistcoat on and a shirt, took my tie off, but because I had like this really thin shirt, and even though I had a vest under it, I was freezing cold throughout that stream. So that's why I had a scarf wrapped around me and this kind of stuff. It was a lot of fun though. It was good fun. And it's nice to recommend a couple of things as well, because I always like to do that. So I dare say Billy Bob Thornton might be quite pleased to see that I recommended Landman, hopefully. Because I really want to get Taylor Sheridan would be a dream guest for me to get on. Yeah, I would love to pick his bones about kind of, because he knows his audience. He knows the worlds he wants to tell stories about. And I would love to, I'd love to pick his brain about, his choices and stuff. Because I haven't seen a show of his yet that I haven't liked. So some are better than others, but
naturally,
haven't seen one that I haven't liked yet. Are you watching Landman? Are you a Landman man?
I have not seen it yet. Is it on Netflix or Amazon?
It's not. It's on HBO. I think I'm watching it.
Yeah, I don't generally do like subscription services, but recently Bree was kind enough to get me up on her, or just share her password with me, so I can watch stuff on Amazon.
Okay, that's good. It's not on Amazon. Hang on, let me just check. Where can I watch? Oh, yes. No, you can. It's on Amazon Prime.
Sweet.
If you've got a premium subscription, you can watch it on Amazon Prime.
Hell yeah.
It's on Paramount. That's what I've been watching it on. HBO's got quite a bit of content on Paramount.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't really like do subscription services, is because there's so fucking many of them, and
there is.
Yeah. Like to stay up on everything, you got to be subscribed to all of them.
No, you can only really pick one or two. I'm lucky. My flatmate, he's sort of got an account on a couple of things.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah. Usually I'll wait for like reviews and stuff and then buy physical copies. But
right.
You know, if your friends, you know, willing to share a password, I'm not letting that down.
No, for sure. Have you seen Stalker by any chance? And if so, what are your thoughts? Let me have a look. He says, shoving another grape in his gob.
No worries.
Stalker. Yeah, no, I haven't eaten, so it's quite late here.
Grapes are good choice.
I had a meal at 4 p.m. in the afternoon, but
now it's like 1:30 a.m. over there now.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up before 2. Do you mean the Stalker with Dylan McDermott and Maggie Q? Is that the one? I wonder if that's the one Audible was talking about. Have a look.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that was the series that inspired the games.
This one by any chance?
Or not.
Yeah, there was a couple of other things that came up in the search. I think there was well, that's my friend. So my friend Milana Jackson is in 6888, which drops today.
Nice.
But, not in time. I think it's the 20th. It's now the 20th of December. So in theory, it should be available for me to watch. But I think it's I think you might mean this film, which is a favorite of my DOP's. Yes, I have seen this. It's visually, it's incredible. Yeah, it's because it's I forget how you pronounce his name, but is it Tarkovsky?
Tarkovsky?
Thank you. There we go.
No worries.
Yeah, so my DOP for the journey got me to watch this because he said, you know, watch that. It might give you some interesting ideas of how to interpret certain scenes. And I watched it and I was like, man, this film is a bit of a head fuck, but it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's a really he's a really interesting director. Blue, if you're going to be, I'll probably be on for about another 20 minutes, man. I'll tell you what, I'll drop you the link and so you've got it. Maybe you'll be able to get on before the end of it. Did you get the Blue? Did you get the book yet? Let me know. Oh, this is the movie that he died on. Shit, yeah.
Oh yeah. A lot. The director, lead actor, and a couple other people all got radiation poisoning
from where they were, the location they were filming in. God damn. Yeah. That's man. Wonder what happened. Surely they must have got sued, the production company or whoever.
I don't know about that, but it's a hell of a story.
Yeah. Man, somebody should make a film about the making of that film.
Right?
I know, that would be interesting, you know.
Or at the very least, Drinker should do like a production hell or something.
He should.
Because that is fucking wild.
Let me go on to somebody told me to watch this, but I don't think I ever heard. I probably did hear that story, but I haven't properly researched it. Oh, Soviet science fiction film. Yeah, no health and safety allowed. So he died in 1986, age 54. So he didn't die when he was making this. He died later.
Yeah, it took him a while. I think
died in Paris in 86. Did not die of natural causes. He was assassinated by the KGB. Some people believe.
Wow.
Evidence for this hypothesis, including testimonies from former KGB agents, claim that there was an order given to eradicate him because he was seen as an anti-Soviet propaganda. Okay, so he defected, didn't he? His wife and actor all died from the same type of cancer. The sound designer was convinced all three died from exposure to chemicals released from the chemical plant. But what about the rest of the crew, though, if that was the case? So the actor died in 1982 from lung cancer. I mean, he may have also smoked, you know. And then I can't get a page up on the wife.
It's possible.
I don't know what the cause of death was. Yeah, interesting. God, somebody. I mean, there must be a biopic movie about this guy, surely. You'd think, wouldn't you? You know what? I need to watch this.
Yeah, it
film
wouldn't surprise
again.
me.
Need to watch this film again. Let me have a look. So, childhood, film school student, film career in the Soviet Union, film career outside the Soviet Union, death, influences, cinematic style, filmography, unproduced screenplays. Okay, films about him. Here we are. Voyage in Time documents the travels in Italy. Documentary in 1987. One Day in the Life of Andrei Arsefonitch, a French documentary filmmaker. Andrei, a film by Narine something. I can't about him visiting Armenia. I think that might be a film with someone playing him. And then there's two other documentaries. One by his son. So I don't think a film is made. I don't think someone's made like a biographic.
Like a proper one.
Yeah. Lots of filmmakers cite him as key influences. Yeah, certainly my DOP. I can see shots on my DOP's reel straight from this guy's work. Absolutely. Especially the main frame, that very common picture that we see quite a lot from this movie. Yeah, so if they were filming around this place and like doing shots where they were like wandering around in the water, that's not going to be healthy for you.
No,
that's not going to be healthy. I'm not especially excited about Nosferatu. I do want to see it. I'm not especially excited for it. I mean, it's a film I've already seen, so it's not like there's going to be stuff in it. This shot is very, like, lots of people love this shot. You know, is that supposed to be lots of unmarked graves and, you know, symbolism and blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
all of that.
Also, just the framing was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look like he has a good dental plan. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if they were filming in and around this place and he was doing stuff like this, like wandering around, rolling around in the water and shit, then that's not going to be healthy, is it, really?
Nah.
So, what's one of your most poignant memories of going to the cinema?
That is a tough question.
Yeah, I'll put you on the spot now.
Yeah, you did. I would say most recently was going out to watch Poor Things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I went into that completely blind. A friend of mine invited me to go with her, and I hadn't seen so much as a trailer and had no idea what to expect. So when I sat down there and just had a blind walkthrough of like a genuine like 9 or 10 out of 10 movie.
Yeah.
I had very few experiences like that.
That was the one with the really sort of eye-popping colors, and it had a bit of a Tim Burton vibe.
A bit.
Am I talking about the same film? The woman who was highly sexualized.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Atom Gray is in the house. Hey, buddy. Let me know if you want to pop on, mate. Because it's late night with Lancey. Any YouTuber can pop on. I'm not going to stay on past 2:00 though, so I'm only on for another 20 minutes. This is the back of the book for those people watching. Quote from the drinker on the top: "Embark on a heartwarming journey of a life spent at the cinema." As Lance shares his personal memories and stories connected to 101 movies from 1974 until 2024. More than just another movie review book, this personal journey delves into touchstone memories that made each film unforgettable, from his very first cinema experience to his first movie date to the last film he saw with his father. Through each entry, discover a lost magical time of going to the movies as Lance reminisces about the people, places, and memories that shaped his love of the cinema. One of those people is right here, Blue Collar Loser.
Well, that's why we do it for, man. It's like, just taking my son to see a film, and like I started playing Sonic the Hedgehog before my kid was born, and now I'm going with my kid to see a character created when I was a kid. It's great, man.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about that, that's kind of
got this.
Hell yeah.
How was the movie?
Like any franchise, Lance. Like if you're not a gamer, probably dull, probably stupid. If you like video games, 10 out of 10. It's like, and I listened to 20 Minutes Open Bar because I was going to the theater, and Chris Gore mentioned Mufasa. Don't go see Mufasa. Take your kids to see Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh my god!
I
was on Open Bar tonight. We were talking about
Mufasa.
That does not sound like a fun time.
That's what I'm saying. Like I went to two, and it takes a lot, Lance, because I'm on my Regal app. I went by myself. My kid was in school. One time, kids, audience members, adults cheering, laughing. I went a second time. Just got back. It takes a lot for me to see a film 2 times in one day, and both times, people are just they're laughing, cheering, clapping. That's why we go to movies for.
Nice.
See, I got the Sonic popcorn bucket.
Oh, that's sweet.
So, did you actually go and see Mufasa?
Oh no! Why would I?
Okay. Just for the benefit of those people watching, in case that came across as an instructive review. It's a rumored review, but I'm not going to go and see it. I mean,
what's me like? Sonic just has. It's like there's no political messaging. There's no current modern day politics. It's just family values and the character of Shadow, voiced by Keanu Reeves. He suffers a loss where his best friend gets killed in a kid's film, and he wants revenge on the world. And it's just about family and loving, and Sonic having his new family being there for him. It's so much stuff you can teach a kid, and no politics.
Right.
It's crazy where that's the bar nowadays. Like, I don't know why so many people, especially like in creative fields, feel it's necessary to shoehorn all that shit in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys know this, you're old enough, where Jim Carrey had a big, in the 90s, 2000s, was just going comedic. And my son, Jim Carrey's kind of been serious the past decade, and just seeing him just go balls out crazy. And even when Kick-Ass 2 came out, he was big anti-gun, anti-this. And it's like, Jim, stop doing your messaging. The marketing, like our friend Leon would say, it's just all positive. Go see the film, go see the film, go see the film. I don't want to hear about anti-this or abortion this or Trump this. Just go see the film. Right. Everyone's having fun.
Yeah, as Audible says, so rare these days. Very true.
It's just sad. As we were saying earlier, we don't have time for drama like that.
I've just seen a news story on Twitter. I've got to share this just for shits and giggles, because this is the stream where we talk about anything, really. Check this out. She's kind of hot, kind of cute as well. Florida woman has been accused of driving a motorized shopping cart through a Target while drinking wine from the bottle and eating sushi and cinnamon rolls. My kind of girl.
Hell yeah.
And the Kentucky Rebel scummers, but she don't need fixing. I mean, I'm up for some wine and sushi. Why not throw in a motorized shopping cart, man? Oh, that's proper
right.
Laugh.
Even in that mugshot, you can see she has zero regrets.
Yeah. So
just living my life, boys.
Pop this head open.
Gord King says she's a pro wrestler from Ireland. Wow.
Yeah, she definitely has that look about her.
So she's not from Florida. She just happened to be in Florida. Hey, that's the only excuse you need to break the law in Florida.
There you go. Open up his headlamps.
Oh my god. So you want to put like a sonic brain in there.
Oh yeah, it'd be cool.
You could do like a Russian doll thing. You could put like a miniature.
Oh yeah, you're right. So
like the big Sonic, you could put like a baby Sonic in there.
Of course, the battery died. This lights up, but you press his ear. But like the friggin' it needs new batteries. Like it's a brand new cup, guys. Come on.
Like how? What?
Yeah.
How is it already dead?
That's the guy told me. So yeah.
Did you see any preview trailers?
Same old.
Interesting.
I mean, the Mission Impossible. It looks interesting.
So they're doing part 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
Well, I talk about the last one in the book. It's the second from last entry in the book. The last 3 entries are Top Gun Maverick, Dead Reckoning Part 1, and then I went to the cast and crew screening of a friend's film, and I talk about that and why that was special. And the thing that really annoyed me about Dead Reckoning was the big thing they kept talking about was the big bike stunt, and they kept showing all the takes that Tom Cruise had done of it. So when I finally saw it in the movie, it was like, well, okay, that bit and that bit and that bit in that shot CGI, but okay, yeah, he's going off this thing for real, but I've already seen this. You've shown this to me on television 20 times already.
yeah.
Well, it's like there was no impact of that stunt. They should have not shown that stunt. They should have let us see the stunt when the film came out, and then after the film's come out, show us all the takes he did to get it right and all that stuff. Don't show us all of that before the bloody movie comes out, man.
Yeah.
No, just like knowing about the setup for that alone is way more interesting than the shot itself.
It is.
Like, did you guys know that shot was filmed in 3 different countries?
Yeah, because of the different elements to it.
Yeah.
Like,
that was the problem. The marketing, that's all the marketing talked about. There's YouTube videos, there's featurettes, there's 20-minute documentaries about this one stunt. Like, no one knew anything about, like, what's the plot? I don't know. Who's the actors? I don't know. But this one stunt, it's like that was the whole promotion for 6 months. This one stunt, like Lancey. By the time it happened, I'm like, cool. I've already seen this stunt 500 times the past 6 months.
right?
Yeah, and it was like the big stunt in the movie, so you already knew it was coming. You'd already seen it. So it did lessen the impact of the film for me. If I ever get Tom Cruise on here, I will tell him that. And I'm sure he'll give me a very good reason why they decided to show it. But,
like you're saying, Lance, with Nosferatu, I know, like, for you, you've already seen it. But one thing, the marketing department is smart because Bill Skarsgård, there's been nothing with his makeup job, nothing with his voice. So you have no idea what his appearance is going to be. And I like that. No trailer footage. No one knows. It's all practical, allegedly, but I have no idea what he looks like. So I'm walking in blind, which is great. They're not overdoing it.
What's this for?
For Nosferatu.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think I've seen one still of him. That's it.
Yeah. But they don't show his face. But always see like a back shot just of what happened, because of course Bill Skarsgård's like 6'5", so there's been no promotional material, just constantly showing what he is or how he moves. You just see a screenshot. It's it, and I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling people earlier, my friend's movie is dropping in a couple of hours.
Nice.
6888 on Netflix. It's a Tyler Perry film, but it is a World War II true story movie. So I am interested. I'm very interested in seeing it, not least because my friend's in it and she's a phenomenal actress. So, but that's out in a little bit. So, hold on a second. This is hard, right? Let me just pop this on here. Boom. Okay. Sorry. Right. Just sending Retro Nerd Girl a message because I was getting confused about what stream she wanted. I'm doing a stream on the 30th of December, like a wrap-up of the year. I think the 30th is a Sunday, I think.
Let me find out. No, it's actually a Monday.
Is it Monday?
Yeah.
So it's a Monday, but it's just before, so we're not quite on New Year's Eve. Yeah, you're right. It's a Monday.
I should be able to make it.
Yeah, and I don't want to do it on the 29th because I'm raving on the 28th probably. So so I just got
priorities,
exactly. Got to have a recovery window. But Monday night. So we're gonna do top 5. So we're gonna do our top. What are your top 5 picks of the year, film or TV shows? I thought about doing top 5 shows and top 5 films, but actually, I'll just get everybody, mix them in. What's your number 1 pick? So some people will probably pick Penguin for their number 1. But we did do recommendations on Open Bar tonight, and I took the opportunity to big up Landman. So I don't think people are really talking about it that much. But Gary said he has mentioned it on the show a few times. I must have missed that. But a lot of the time when I'm moderating the chat, I've got the volume turned down really low, so I can keep up on what's going on with the chat.
Yeah.
But it was quite entertaining because somebody in the chat was using a different handle to have a poke at me in the chat on Open Bar. Their comments quickly got deleted. I know who that person is. So yeah, as do you, by the way.
It's just weird, Lance, because you're just, not even just as a friend, but just if I was an audience member, you're such like, who can you piss off? You're such a nice guy.
Right.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter, does it? Anybody that sticks their head over the parapet of a castle is going to get apples chucked at them. That's just how it is.
It's weird, but some people, I mean, like I like Nerdrotic, but you can tell Gary's very outspoken with his views. Even Will being the critical drinker, I could see him rubbing people the wrong way. But you're so polite and well man. It's like Mahler. Mahler is so just mild mannered and well spoken. I can't see Mahler pissing anybody off. He's so nice.
It was funny because there was one guy put a comment in the chat and went, "Oh, it's so funny how Lance still thinks that the chat is so important and all the rest of it." And I saw that and I went, well, I don't think it's important at all, but I just tagged him and I said, no, it's just I'm polite, mate, because you just said the same thing.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't need to act like an asshole.
Yeah,
that's many of them in the world already.
Yeah.
Atom, let me know if you want to pop on before I start wrapping up. If you want to come on for 10 minutes. Did you get the book yet, by the way, Blue?
I ordered it. I'm just waiting, because Amazon's doing the whole, like, it's Christmas time. They're taking a sweet ass time. So
yeah.
So sorry, cutting through the chaff. That means yes, I have ordered it.
Yes, I have ordered it. Yeah.
Right. Well, you haven't done a dark hour and said like, "Oh, I'm getting it next year sometime."
Oh no, it's the whole holiday shipping time. That's why. So
yeah, well, I was supposed to have a whole load arrive for our London meetup tomorrow, and they suddenly went from yes, you're going to get them on or around the 18th of December to yes, you're going to get them on or around the 18th of January, and I was like, for fuck's sake. So now I said to people, there's some people bringing them into the pub to sign them tomorrow, but I was expecting to have a load, and I also ordered one for Will for a Christmas present as a thank you, and that one, which is a hardback, is coming in the same batch. So unfortunately, yeah, very, very annoying, man.
Yeah, of course I got a hard copy because paperback, I'm not against it, but like books like yours or like anything Will does, I'm getting hardcover.
Hell yeah.
It's just annoying. Anyway, but all good.
Yeah.
So, according to my Amazon cart, my Amazon cart is empty. According to my orders, sorry. Not yet shipped. Let's have a look. It says hang on a minute. It says all my orders have shipped. Does that mean? Hang on. So does that mean they've technically arrived? They can't have done.
No. No, they'll say that they're out for delivery or
that's
what they have arrived yet. So presently they're not like at the factory or at the destination. They're just in transit.
Oh, hang on. I'm on Amazon.com.
Oh. You get me on Amazon UK. Come on.
Yeah, UK. Gotta go to the UK one. Okay, so yeah, the Blu-ray of Hard Boiled. I still haven't bought that yet. I understand. Let's take that off because it's currently unavailable anyway. I'm really hard on myself about buying films now. It's like, how many times are you going to watch this, Lance? You can no longer use the excuse, I'm buying it for my children, because you're not having any. So my window to have children has left the building. I don't mean I can't have them, but what I mean by that is that it's just not in my 50s now. I'm not going to start having kids now at my age. So sadly, that is a bit of a regret. Yeah, track the package. Yeah, 14th of January. So annoying. I've got 2 hardback and 8 paperback coming, and man, that's a long time. I feel like I want to cancel these actually because these are not that these are not as corrected as they could be. They're not as bad as the typo version you've got, but these ones were ordered before I did the final corrections.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wonder if I might
yeah, weirdly, if you cancel now, you might actually get them quicker if you order them again later.
Really? Yeah, but do you know what? Because they're author copies, that's why I'm not getting them. That's why they take longer. If they were not author copies, they'd be coming faster.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Right.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna cancel selected items on this order. I'm gonna try cancelling them and see. Right, it's just cancelled the order straight away. Done. So yeah, well, it's no point now because the meetup's tomorrow, so I'm not going to get them. I might as well just leave it now. That's so fucking irritating. I need to get one for, but I do need to get one for Drinker. So I do need to, but I've cancelled those. That's good because they had more typos in. Okay. All right. So who's is anybody doing like a Christmas Eve stream, or who's streaming when over Christmas?
Well, I know Nadia wants to talk about the 26th Nosferatu, so I plan on seeing it Christmas Day because it's funny you said what times. Like I know Will said an open bar. You guys plan to, I'm not sure, get Nosferatu on January 1st or 2nd, but we get it on Christmas Day.
So you're not doing a stream on Christmas Eve?
Nah. Well, I definitely asked Enzo, Lord Toxic, and Luke, but I don't know what North English. He's busy with his family man duties, so maybe Monday, but we'll see. I told these guys.
I mean, listen, I might be doing a stream with Retro. It's a little bit confusing. It's scheduled for like 2 a.m. in the morning, my time.
Yeah.
Not that I'm not often up late. I mean, it's nearly 2 a.m. now, but but if you want to do a stream on Christmas Eve and you're at a loose end, let me know because I'll probably jump on because I'm on my Todd for Christmas. So do you know what I did last Christmas or 2 Christmases ago when I was on my own? I did like a massive 8-hour stream on Christmas Day. I was and somebody sent out the invite link, and by the way, this was done on Zoom. This was before I had StreamYard. This is 2 years ago, and I had all these random people coming in. Like, I didn't know who they were. They were completely like unknown to me, because one of my friends put the invite link, not the YouTube link, the invite link up on their fucking Twitter. Yeah. So there's all these people coming on, these random people.
Such a simple mistake. Why?
And some of them thought it would be fun to take the piss out of me because I was on their own. So I had all these people coming on talking to me. They weren't coming on camera. And they started laughing at me and shit. And I said, oh, you think it's funny that I'm on my own on Christmas Day? Fuck you. Piss off. So, yeah, and I was just come out of my divorce at the time. So I was not in a great headspace. So, yeah, that was quite, the way I looked at it was, Jesus Christ, your Christmas Day must be pretty naff if you've got
fucking sad yourself. Like,
if you've got time to come on here and like attempt to antagonize me. And I was just yeah, unfortunately for you, I control the ejector seat button, you don't, on your bike, Yeah, so
but it's a shame some people have such a gift for disappointment.
Hey, what can you do?
Well, it's funny. Last year, Enzo did his Godzilla Christmas 8-hour stream. We talked about every Godzilla movie ever made.
Nice.
When did you do that? When was that? Was that on Christmas Day?
Yeah, it was last year. I told him just because I was still doing Uber, I had more free time. My family just didn't want to wrap presents or do presents till like 5 p.m. So Enzo's like, hey, you want to hop on at 8 o'clock in the morning? I'm like, sure, dude. And I got my Godzilla vodka. It was pretty yeah.
I came into that.
Yeah, you're there. That's good. Yeah, because he covered every Godzilla film ever made over the past 50 years.
Yeah, you guys were still doing that stream when I woke up.
Ambitious goal, man.
It was.
Yeah.
God damn. Sounds like a blast, though.
Yeah, I remember I actually came on that stream, and I think at one point I just missed you, and then I came back on the stream like later, and like Enzo was absolutely wasted. It was well fun.
Yeah, I got messed up. I drank the entire bottle of Godzilla whiskey, and it didn't turn out well.
Yeah, I was scared for your safety.
How long did it take for you to finish it?
I mean, well, at one point my internet conked out, but then after internet conked out, I was like, screw, I just want to take a nap, and I woke up, Enzo was still on, but yeah, we kept going and going. I don't know, I wasn't keeping track.
Well, I need to do a post about the meetup tomorrow, because I forgot. Well, I didn't forget to post, but it's on my profile. It's been on it for ages, but I haven't specifically done a post about it because I want to tag what's his name, Hong Kong Fooey guy. Do you know the guy I mean? Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Kung Fu Hot Dog. Do you know like Kung Fu Hot Dog? He's got a wicked little channel.
Nice. No, we keep meeting more people, so I mean, it's like, which is good, Lance. We keep meeting more people in our atmosphere. It's hard to keep up everyone's channels. Like,
I met him at the last meetup, and yeah, and it was quite funny because I knew who he was straight away because I was already following him. And when he got to the pub, he didn't think anybody knew who he was, and I just straight away I was like, Kung Fu Hot Dog, oh my god, way! And it was like, you know, and he'd heard of my channel but had never seen me on camera, so we had a good laugh. And that was also where I met Tomby. So yeah, so tomorrow it's going to be funny. It's going to be either there's going to be like a really tiny number of us, or we're going to be surprised and there'll be like 100 people there. I think it will probably be the first one. So yeah, but I'll be sending pictures, of course. So do come and join us. Yeah, and I know I'm gonna, and that includes you, Kung Fu Hot Dog. That's what I'm going to put in the post. That includes you, Kung Fu Hot Dog. So, Chris, before we go, what's been the highlight of 2024 for you?
I mean, movies or TV?
Yeah, anything. Or it could be. It might. You know, it could be meeting a new girlfriend. Could be anything.
Definitely. Yeah, Mike. Well, it's like yeah, she hates the term labels and what we are. I'm like, listen, you're my girlfriend. she's scared about the label system, Lance. But yeah.
Okay, so you're seeing someone.
Yes, which the person I showed you pictures of. Yeah, but I told her on Christmas Day I want to take her to see Nosferatu. So
nice.
Yeah.
Well, the man from Lancey Monte, he say we. So very good. All right, fantastic.
But no, and the gay thing, just having your channel and said you being friends with Wil Drinker, and just we keep meeting more people. That one guy 2 open bars ago, I talked to him on email. The Box Office Brawler. He's like, yeah, I want to come on more. I thought for his first open bar appearance, he was fantastic, and he had a small channel. He had like 200 subs. He's up to 1,200 subs now. I told him to contact you sometime. I think he's very well spoken. He's got a good channel, so we keep meeting more people.
Who's that?
Box Office Brawler. He was on 2 open bars ago.
Box Office Brawler. Okay, yeah. Reach out to me. You can come on.
Yeah, I thought I sent him an email. I told him to contact you, and he's like, "Yeah, sure." And I said, "Dude, for your first open bar, with a guy that had 200 subs, he did fantastic." So,
Max, are you still in the chat? This is somebody who came over from open bar. How old are you? What sort of question's that? I've put I'm 50. So just came in from finishing the stream with Drinker. So I'm still getting people coming on now because I guess they're watching it on catch up. Best part of 2024 for Darth Plato was discovering the Shield, in brackets, thanks to Lance. Nice. That was good. Doing the Shield was good.
Yeah.
Season 2, going to start season 2 before the end of January, I think. On Sundays again. Will you be able to attend, or?
I have to work Sundays, but I can still try to make slides during the week for you. But yeah, it's just
that'd be great. If you could do the slides, that'd be awesome.
Currently, my current schedule is Monday, Tuesday off, but then our job we pick again in January, and like me getting weekends off is not going to happen. It's just how it is, unfortunately. But I can still be in chat. So
I was hoping.
Yeah, that would be a good relationship goal.
Yeah. I was hoping to meet somebody this side of Christmas so that I could go back to my tradition of watching Lord of the Rings at Christmas.
Yeah.
That's the trilogy at Christmas I always watch. And the last time I did that was 2017. So you know, yeah, it would be good to be able to do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been interesting. It's been an interesting year for films. I mean, like Anthony, there's ups and downs, but I will say that I'm not the biggest horror fan. But talking to Nadi and Vex, and that for 2024 has been an excellent year for horror films. Like horror films,
has been. Yeah,
I mean,
I've seen some really good horror films. I saw that really weird one where like Rory Kinnear played like all the male parts in that. This woman comes to stay at this place in this village, and the implication is that all of the men in the village are all offspring of the same person, so they all look really similar. Yeah, God, what was that? Hang on, let me look it up and I'll tell you the name of it. Someone in chat will probably know what I'm talking about.
Is that the A24 film Green Men?
I think is it Green Men? Is that what it was called? It is an
I only saw like the trailer for it, but all the guys in that trailer were played by the same person.
Yeah,
it took a little bit to catch on.
It is an A24. I'm just and I know it's Rory Kinnear. I'm just looking to see what his last recent credits have been. Bank of Dave. No, that wasn't it. Men. It's just called Men. So yeah, I thought this was one of the best horror films I saw this year. I don't know about the best, but it creeps me out like big time.
Oh yeah, it'd be kind of jarring. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I mean, I like Rory Kinnear as an actor. I've heard that he's I like Jessica Buckley as an actress as well. And I've heard Rory's really nice to work with, and I found this a very, very interesting movie. Very creepy, really well done. All of this kind of shit was, pretty. It's so weird. It's like, she goes and talks to the priest, and it's like, oh my God, it's it's another relative of the same family. So you get all these really weird vibes. There was also that I think it was out. Was it this year or was it last year where the couple go to look at the house and they get trapped in this kind of housing estate where all the houses are the same, and then like a baby turns up on the doorstep and they have to like look after the baby, and all the food in the fridge tastes horrible, and it was called something like not Equilibrium, but something like that. It's called something like that. That was quite good. Yeah, if you haven't seen this, Blue, you should definitely see this. Men.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's one of the better horror films I've seen. I'm pretty sure I've actually been to this location with this building. Funnily enough, I think this is an old MOD military location. But yeah, good film. They're talking about Shogun in the chat. That was another good thing we saw this year.
Was curious. I did want to hear your opinion because we talked very highly about this show. How do you feel about this show getting a second season? Because like you told me, I haven't watched the original yet, but this show ended with the original. So what do they plan on doing now? Wouldn't this be new material that they're making?
Yeah, if they continue with the history, I want to see some battles in the second season. I want some action, some big action. It doesn't need to be an action show, just to be clear, but I did keep saying the one thing that disappointed me was the big lead up to this big historic battle that we know takes place, but we didn't see the battle. We just kind of saw what happened, and so I think season 1 should start with that battle, and they should go straight in with the battle. That'd be great, and see what happens to the various characters. But I mean, yeah, the political intrigue and stuff. Dan Candy, not a fan of the new one. Darth Plato has no business calling itself Shogun. Yeah, well, I mean, season 2 isn't going to be based on the book, but look, they maintain standards, keep the writing as good, keep the acting as good, and bring in some new and interesting characters. I'll be very up for it.
Yeah.
I have a feeling a lot of it.
Like without that framework of the existing material, like how well or like how optimistic are you that it's going to maintain that quality?
I'm not optimistic, but it's possible.
That's it, because we all remember Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's possible. It's doable if people, actually, look at what's worked and look at what people have liked and look at what people have enjoyed and looks at what's been shoved at people and people haven't liked.
Yeah,
but the win-loss ratio of that stuff is pretty bad.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm if it's the same team, I'm optimistic they can pull it off, because there's a lot of characters that are still around, like the woman who owns the tea house, this is where she's going to build the important brothel. It'd be great to see, that storyline develop, and her character and the characters around her. She's going to be like the Whisperers guy in Game of Thrones, basically.
Yeah.
But I'd love to see it.
Sorry, I don't know why I think it's so funny you said the important brothel specifically.
Yeah, the important brothel character. Obviously, she's the most important thing in no, but I mean, she's going to be the source of information. Everybody knows that.
I got you.
That is going to, because all the important people are going to go there. They're going to go there.
Of course.
Sometime. So she's going to be the hub of information. So she's definitely got to be a main character in it going forward. And then or it might be her daughter or something. It depends how far forward we go. Timeline. Blackthorn. Yeah, they can do more with Blackthorn in season 2 because he never goes home. Because his ship is burned down by what's his name, the Shogun guy, isn't it? It's him that burns the ship to stop him from leaving.
True.
Yeah, the Madam's story was intertwined with Mariko. Yeah, that's true, but she also is an interesting character in her own right. That's why I think they may well keep her in it. We'll see. I mean, I'm hopeful that it will be good, as opposed to I'm hopeful that the Acolyte will be good when I, wasn't really that hopeful.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, 2:15. I think we'll start to wrap up.
Yeah.
Proctofile, can we plug anything for you, mate, as you came on?
Yeah, you can if you want. There's the Mixed Media Podcast, which me and my co-host Flex do on every other Sunday normally. Right now,
can you give me a link for that? Can you put a link in the private chat and I'll put it up?
Of course. Yeah. Normally we do it on Sundays, but we've just been too busy with the season at the moment.
Christmas and all of that.
Yeah. But next year we have all sorts of cool plans.
Yeah, I mean, next year we're going to be doing season 2 of The Shield. I don't think season 2 of Shogun will drop next year. I think it'll probably be the year after. But if it does drop next year, we'll definitely do it. We're also going to do Band of Brothers Pacific next year. So we will be doing Band of Brothers Pacific, breaking that down episode by episode. Yeah, you sent me the link. Great. So this is the Mixed Media Podcast. Why is it called the Mixed Media Podcast?
Because me and Flex talk about just about everything related to all the art stuff we know and learn about the stuff we don't know from those that do. So we just mix up everything. We've done interviews with professional voice actors and musicians, and next year we'll have on actually one of the actors from Game of Thrones, which would be
who's coming on?
Fantastic, Abu Bakar Salim.
Oh, I like
him. He
it.
agreed to come on. Yeah, he's a fantastic dude.
Yeah, let me. That's great that you've got him. Let me get his thing up on. Yeah, because he's also a games developer, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. And he went to Lambda, I think he went to. Oh, mate, that's great. That's great that you've got him coming on board.
Yeah.
Plays one of the brothers in And I think he probably would have met Wil Johnson because his character was around in season 1, wasn't it? I think he was. Was he? Or did he come in season 2?
Yeah, he was in. Season 1 for sure.
Yeah, he would have met Wil Johnson.
Yeah.
So so and I think this is him with my good buddy in this picture. There he is with Jason Flemyng in Jamestown.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have to mention that. So talk to him about working with Jason Flemyng when he's on the stream. I guarantee he will say nothing but good things about him.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, because Jason's like one of the nicest guys in the industry. So there you go. That Jonestown show was not bad, but it wasn't as gritty and as gutsy as it could have been.
Like with certain more mature material like that, a lot of people aren't willing to go quite as far as would be accurate for the time.
No, indeed, not enough pox.
For sure.
Not enough pox in the show. Guys, by the way, we are 80 subscribers away from 5K. So
getting there.
So I reckon we're going to be able to hit 5K by the end of the year if we're lucky. I think there's a good chance. So do everybody that's watching now, recruit 2 people, and they will recruit 2 more and 2 more and 2 more, and soon we'll be over that 5,000.
The chain letter strat.
Yeah, exactly. That would be really good if we can make that happen. That would be awesome. It would also make my day. So don't forget, coming up, we have got the 2024 roundup stream. That is, we did the last official Nielsen ratings the other night. I probably will do some sort of stream on Christmas Eve, knowing me, because if I'm on my Todd on Christmas Eve, I'll be feeling a bit lonely, so I'll probably jump on and do a live stream. This one is on the 30th. We are looking for your top 5 shows, and we're gonna do a little vote to see which one comes out on top. So I might separate them. I might do films and shows separately. I might do top 3 movies, top 5 TV shows. Let's do that. So I'm going to get a few guests on. This is open to all, so any YouTuber can come on this, subject to availability of space. I'll be starting it probably around 8 o'clock UK time, and I'll be taking it into New Year's Eve, probably until about 1 or 2 o'clock my time. So probably until about 7 or 8 East Coast. So do join me for that. There's possibly also a chance I might briefly pop on a New Year and go, way! Sometime after midnight. Don't expect much coherence. you probably won't get it. Blue, you look like you're concentrating on something very intensely.
I'm just checking the usual social media, so you put your stuff up there. And
fantabulous. Well, listen, great. I've had a couple of new people pop on tonight, which is really good. The Superman trailer. Do you know what? When Wil came round to ask me, I went, mate, I don't give a fuck. That's what I wanted to say. I just superhero stuff. I'm just so, but I don't know. I kind of thought about it. I thought, the superhero film with a superhero dog actually could be quite fun if it's done.
Yeah,
that is definitely a new angle.
Yeah, I was quite surprised to see that in the trailer. I was like, super pooch,
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, like there's a number of ways you can go with that, but I don't know how well you're going to stick the landing with any of them. So it'll be interesting to see.
There's too much. I mean, in that trailer, you've got like I counted like 3 or 4 enemies, not including Hawk Girl.
Yeah.
And then there was like a monster creature, and then there seemed to be 1 or 2 other things going on. So it's just like, we don't need all of that shit. Just Lex Luthor up to a scheme will do, and just also show Superman just doing some regular rescues, like gas pipes exploding, lorries going off bridges, this kind of thing. And not everything needs to be part of a big grand scheme. But Yeah, I'm not sure about the guy. I'm going to hold off until I've seen him do some proper acting. But I'm not.
Yeah. Well, that was the second super chat sent for Open Bar. I was like, someone showed us on Facebook earlier that, hey guys, all the when Henry Cavill was first announced, he showed the first suit. The comment section was tearing Henry Cavill a new one, and the first test footage for The Witcher. Oh my God, Henry Cavill's horrible as Geralt of Rivia. No one's going to believe this. The show's going to be awful. It comes out, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, we need Henry Cavill to come back," and screw Liam Hemsworth. And why the hell is James Gunn recasting Henry Cavill? When Man of Steel was announced, you guys said this guy looks horrible.
That vocal minority is always out here to dissent. So, people love talking shit. So,
well, hey ho, there we go. Right, well, look, that's going to be it from me. Thanks to you guys for popping on and keeping me company.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Here doing my thing on my Todd. These are quite random, these late night with Lancey things. I normally do one after Open Bar if I haven't got any other commitments. So always good to have people on.
Yeah, I was amazed I even had the opportunity. As I said, work's been holding me back to like 9 p.m. lately. So
no problem. You are always welcome.
Well, thank you for that. It is a genuine privilege.
That's it from us. Do check out the streams and things with my buddies. Do check out Blue Collar Losers channel as well. Doing really well at the moment. And I'll catch up with everybody on the 30th. But I bet you I'll be doing a random stream before then. Until then.
Outcast Crew, interviews with fellow artists on the rise.